After all the euphoria on Wednesday, it appears that reality is starting to sink in. If you look at the Asian markets, you'll see that they are trading lower. That after global markets on Wednesday soared, investors had been riding high on the hopes of optimism, optimism for a ceasefire. But that ceasefire has proven to be fragile. It's also proven to be tested, with Iran saying that it has stopped transits through the vital Strait of Hormuz after what it calls a ceasefire violation by Israel in Lebanon. And there you have it. Take a look at the Asian trading day right now. On Wednesday, the standouts in the region were the Seoul Kospi, were the Japanese Nikkei. We're seeing losses there. The Nikkei down about 0.9%, the Seoul Kospi losing 1.62%, the S&P ASX 200 in Australia down 0.2%, and here in Hong Kong, the Hang Seng losing about 1/3%. We're also keeping an eye on the price of oil. At my last check, it is on the rise. As you recall, on Wednesday, oil fell to a 5-year low, but the price of crude and the global benchmark index of crude is on the rise. And if we look at gas prices at the pump in the United States, we bring up the latest read from AAA. It's saying this: that gas at the pump is currently at $4.16 a gallon. All eyes right now are on the vital Strait of Hormuz, through which, before the war, some 20% of the world's energy would flow through, and about 80% of that would head through here, right in the region. But then we're hearing from Iran that they are stopping transits through this vital strait after what it reported as a ceasefire violation by Israel in Lebanon. So the entire shipping industry is on alert. They say that they want answers and clarity in regards to the overall security situation, and also in terms of the practical matter of how do you broker a transit through the Strait of Hormuz during this very fragile 2-week ceasefire. I've been speaking to experts in the shipping industry, and I want to share with you what I heard from Simon Kay. He's the global director of reinsurance with North Standard. This is a company that provides liability insurance for much of the world's shipping fleet. And he told me this, quote, "This is very much watch and wait. Each ship needs to get special dispensation to transit the strait. As a result of that, will there be a preference for Gulf states, U.S. ships, or anyone else who back-channel through Tehran?" He adds, "And getting the ships out during a 2-week period will be very difficult indeed." And earlier this morning, I was speaking to a Hong Kong-based shipping CEO, and he told me he doesn't know who to pay Bitcoin to. He has vessels still stuck in the Gulf. He says it's not like there's a public standard operating guideline about who to pay renminbi or crypto to. And after the ceasefire is announced, of course, we continue to monitor the marine traffic going through the Strait of Hormuz. And as we've been reporting, Alex, as of Wednesday, according to Lloyd's list, only 3 vessels were tracked to make that crossing. Back to you, Alex.
What a headline, Kristie. Essentially, I'm happy to pay the bribe. Who do I give the money to? We'll do the
Tell
illegal
us who
stuff.
to pay the crypto to, because we don't know.
You, who wants the money? Man, what a sad
But
state of the
keep in
world.
mind, I mean, hundreds of vessels are still stuck in the
Right.
Gulf, with 20,000 seafarers still stranded. So yes,
Right.
there's ship owners, shipping CEOs across the world just waiting and saying, okay, you announced this, how's it going to work for us?
Well, and as you pointed out, these aren't speedboats. So this idea of 2 weeks may not be enough time for them, because they move a lot slower than what you might see like out in the sea in Miami or something like that. All right, Kristie Lu Stout,
Exactly.
Thank you for your live reporting once again. So